kiddos. All right, so yesterday we talked about deacons. Today we're going to talk about priests. So let's talk a little bit about priests. Who are priests? Well, we know that some deacons, they're allowed to get married as long as they're staying deacons. Priests do not get married. And there are a lot of reasons for that, but the number one reason is because the priest marries the church. And by the church, we mean all us people. So when you get married, you dedicate your life 100% to the other person. So that means that priests they give their lives 100% to the people in their church so that they can help them get closer and closer to heaven. So they don't marry any one person. They say, for the rest of my life, I'm going to promise to help everybody in the church get to heaven. Now, usually they live by themselves because everybody else, they have their own lives. They have to go out and they live with their families. But priests know that their family is everybody. And all of our family, we are all one big family. We're part of God's family. But priests, they focus 100% of their time, all the time, on serving all of us and helping us get to heaven. Remember, yesterday we talked about how, Miss Morga, my job is to help everybody get to heaven, but my job is also to be a teacher. Your job is to help everyone get to heaven, but also your job is to be a kindergartner. Well, priests, they only have one job. It's to get everyone to heaven. So that's their 100% of the time job. That's what they focus on 100% of the time. So they don't get married because they focus all their time on helping all of us get to heaven. Okay, a couple other things about priests. They have to study for a long time to become priests. Some priests have to study for 11 years. 11 years. After they go through school, they have to go through 11 more years of school. It's different for every priest, but they have to study and study and study. And they're studying the Bible. They're studying Jesus and what he was like, because they act, this is a big word. Are you ready? This word, in persona Christi. In persona Christi. That means in the person of Christ. So that means that all the time they need to act like Jesus. They need to act like Jesus Christ all the time, no matter what. And when they perform the sacraments, what they're saying is, they say to Jesus, they say, Jesus, let my hands be your hands. So Jesus's hands come in and they guide the priest's hands to help him make these sacraments true. All right, let's talk about some differences or some sacraments that priests can perform. So deacons can baptize people. They can marry people. As long as it's not part of the Mass, they can marry people. And they can do anointing of the sick. So that's when they pray over someone who's really, really sick. Priests, though, they can baptize people. They can hear confessions. Remember, confession is where you say, I'm sorry, Jesus, for my sins. They can do Holy Communion. So you know the part of the Mass where we're all kneeling and the priest says some prayers over the bread and the wine to make it Jesus' body and blood. A priest can do that. A deacon cannot. They can marry people, and they can say the weddings. They can do the sacrament part of the weddings, and they can also do anointing of the sick. So they can pray over people who are very, very, very sick. So those are the things that they can do: baptize, confession, communion, marriage, anointing of the sick. Those are the sacraments they're allowed to perform. All right, let's now, here we go. Let's look at our priests that we have. So we have Father Lee. We know Father Lee. He is the pastor of our church. Then we have Father Ed. Remember Father Ed? He came in and he shared his chalice with us. Remember that? That was so fun. Way before we started going to Mass. We have Father Mauricio. He's wonderful. Sometimes he says Mass for us. And we have Father Juan. You'll meet him in the upper grades. They are also wonderful. They pray for you every day. And it's important that you pray for them every day because you know what? It's kind of hard to be a priest. You have to give up a lot of things. But just like when Jesus sacrificed his life, priests also say, there are a lot of things that I don't have, but it doesn't matter. It's okay because they love you so much and they want to make sure that you get to heaven. So today, I want you to say an extra prayer for the priests, okay? Because they do a lot to love on you. All right, friends. Now you are going to color a page of a priest and make sure you say that extra prayer. All right, have fun. Bye.